that this longest piece here is on the side towards the servo, and wheel on the other side. Oh no, screws everywhere. So make sure you have a nice working surface. So guys, welcome to yet another video here. As you can see, I'm working at the bottom of the chassis now. We had a problem with the two screws here that are holding these links arms that I've bought. Unfortunately, the previous screws have completely stripped these holes and we just haven't been able to fit this in. So what I'm working on now is to get these long bolts through, and then we'll fit them using the nut on the top. So I'll just get on with this and I'll show you a couple of upgrades that we've got. Now we're done with that. So it's very important for these screws, if this will focus, it's very important for these screws to be right at the bottom, because you don't want anything to catch the carpet or wherever you're racing. So I've pushed them all the way inside, and then as we put the bolt here on top, I'll just focus here, as we put the bolt on top, that will certainly help. Luckily for me, I already have this part assembled. So this is the Fastrax steering arms. They will go right on top, but first we need to use two shims as per the instruction from Tamiya. Although one of the problems that I found with these Fastrax parts is actually you don't receive any guidance with them, so it's a little bit tricky to install them, and I'll just tell you the biggest tip that I can with them is to make sure that this longest piece here, let me just focus on that as I'm using a different camera, that this longest piece here is on the side towards the servo, and the shorter piece is what will be attached to the wheels. So make sure you do that right, otherwise you will have an issue with the wheels themselves. Let me just take this cap out. With this link here rubbing onto the prop shaft, or however it's called. So we'll get that one positioned there after we've placed those two shims, so that's perfect. And then we have this little part here that comes with the set itself, so that will be in here to make sure this is centered. And then we have another one of those that goes on this side, so that's perfect. And then luckily my local shop was able to supply some of these screws. Logi, let me just, I don't know why this is not, so logirc.com seems UK based company. I've got these from TJ Models, so I'll put a link down to them. They are 30 millimeters bolts with of course M3 nuts. So let's see if we can open this and prevent all of these from going everywhere. So my idea was to put this on. I don't know why is this not going all the way through. Oh no, did I buy the wrong ones? I hope not. There's some blue stopper there. I might just need to get some more tools. Let me see. But the basic principle is this, that we'll put these all the way down, we'll be able to pin it nice and straight, and then we won't have any issues with our steering anymore, I hope. So you just got to get a few more tools here. So let's see if this actually fits the smaller one that I have, and if that will tighten it. Of course you don't want to over tighten it and crack the plastic, but I think this is now spinning the wheel on the other side. Oh no, screws everywhere. So make sure you have a nice working surface when you're doing this. So we'll just position this here, and then we'll spin it from this side and just tighten it. just hand tight, doesn't need to be anything crazy because we don't want to limit the movement. Let me just undo it a little bit. Oh, that was tightening it even more. Okay, so that should be good. And there's absolutely, it seems there's a little bit more slop. I just want to eliminate this slop as much as possible. But I guess there has to be some. Otherwise there's no give at all when you're crashing or doing the turn. So let's see now. Okay, that's good. We can see that's still moving relatively well. Of course we'll know better when we fit the arm. So let me do this other one quickly. And then we'll know better in a little bit. Okay, so let's see that. Wow, that's perfect now. A little slop in these, but I still need to tighten these screws. They're only hand tight. And what I was thinking is, we've got these new things here, so we will fit these wheel axes as well. And I couldn't resist getting these shocks. They were quite expensive for me, but I think in the long run they'll be worth it. They keep saying that this is one of the biggest upgrades you can do to the car. So hopefully this will solve our steering issue. I will just assemble it now and we can test it out right away. So for that screw you just want it hand tight. You don't really want to over tighten anything there, as there needs to be a little bit of movement, in particular if you're crashing and stuff. So let's just connect the servo back up. There we go. So everything is now set up. Let's start up the controller and see how this thing reacts. Of course we'll have to trim it, set everything in place. Turn this on. Turn the car on. Much better than before. Of course we'll have to set it up. We'll have to set it up, but you can see even the tiniest movement on the receiver. You won't be able to see both at the same time, but it gets the wheels turning, so that's really good. We'll center it, trim it, and it doesn't look too bad already, but I think we'll need to do some trimming. Once we lift it up, we will see. Okay, lovely. So we'll get that figured out. We'll switch off the car, switch off the controller, and in the next part what I will be doing, I'll make sure that we tighten all of these down as much as possible. I think they are tight enough. There just has to be some movement there for these things to work with the way they're supposed to. This one in here in particular, you don't want it super tight. You just want it tight a little bit, and then you'll check it over the course of your race. And what else? In the next part 2 of this video, I will fit these ones and the shocks as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this short video, and I'll see you soon.